Good morning, good morning, good morning. Well, we got to go check on the property, guys. We definitely had some bad storms come through last night and this morning as well, and the wind is crazy today. That's why we're not walking around checking. That's why I'm in the truck sitting in the driveway right now, and we're gonna kind of take a ride around and look, because one thing that I do know, I got lucky. I got very, very lucky. This morning I was still laying in bed and I heard a crack and something fall, and then later on I heard another crack and a tree fell over, and it went right where it needed to not mess anything up. But if it went a little one way or a little the other way, it could have caused some damage for sure. So we're gonna check that out first as we drive by it, and then we're gonna go ahead and ride the property and take a look and make sure that everything's good. So right here, right on the other side of the tiny house, as you can see, that big pine tree just came up by the roots and fell the direction towards the road instead of towards the tiny house and the generator and everything, which is good. But it is a tall tree, and it fell all the way to there. And look, guys, the gas tank for the boat was right there. It literally touched it, but didn't quite get it. And then a lot of the widow makers have blown down, which I'm not mad at as well. Gumby took some of them down, but some of the other ones fell. I actually took some of the widow makers down when I was cutting the fence line the other day, and I'm glad I did, because they probably would have fell more than likely. We're gonna go out to the boneyard and check on that. Definitely got another big pile piled up there, get ready to burn. And as soon as it dries out, it's still very wet. Now, I did open yesterday one side of the yellow tents just so the wind didn't get up underneath there and it turned into a big sail. That way it could actually get out. I have found that that's the better option than to have them completely closed up tight, because the wind gets up underneath there and then it's just like a big parachute. So it looks like we have another tree that fell almost down, another widow maker. Let me zoom in on it. You can see where it split right there. So the wind's definitely getting rid of some of the widow makers, so that's good. We're gonna go down to the power line area and check on it. See if anything came down there. I mean, it's heavy winds. And I thought we was gonna get lucky because they changed the rain chance down for yesterday, but then all of a sudden it went back up, and we actually started getting some storms last night as well, when we wasn't supposed to get any rain. It was supposed to end at like 1 o'clock in the daytime, and then we ended up getting the worst storm that we had last night. You can see the wind is still kicking out there hard. You see that other pine tree that's by the one that just fell, bending real hard. I'm gonna have to back up here and turn. And apparently I'm gonna have to put my seatbelt on so I don't have to sit there and listen to. Trying to go slow so I don't have to put my seatbelt on, so I can move around a little bit. But you can see all the widow makers out there that just came down. Give y'all a little sneak peek too of part of the fence line. There was a big old cedar over here that I had to push up, and you can see the hog pen right there, but you'll be able to see one of the lines that I cut right here for the fence line. Whoa, I hit a rock. We're gonna have to go over it. There we go. But yeah, you can see the fence line I cut right there. With the bad weather and us getting more rain than expected, it is not looking good to be able to have the fence completely done before I have to go get the pigs. We are working on it tomorrow. Right now it's just way too windy and way too wet out there to start putting posts in the ground. Tomorrow me and Mike's gonna start on the post, and we're gonna try to get it done before Friday, but that only gives us 3 days to get the post in, get them set, concrete dried, plus get the fence stretched and everything else. It's not looking good because it's quite a bit of fence and quite a bit of work to do. But I've got an alternative plan in place. That building that I got is pretty big for the pigs, and the pigs are still little piglets. They're still small, and I still have some fencing and gates and stuff from that building I took down from the neighbors about 1.5 years ago because it was a dog kennel. Oh, I gotta put them in 4-wheel dig them. It's wet, so wet down here. I got a big enough gate that I could put across the front of that building and be able to keep the pigs in there for a day or two and let them get acclimated to the area, and they'll have plenty of space. Like I said, it's a big building for 3 little piglets, and it's actually bigger than the stalls that they're in right now. According to the camera, I know I'll see in person when I go there, but I mean, it's a 16 by, what is it, 14, 16 by 14 or 16 by 12 or something building, which is a pretty good sized building. So I'll put a gate on the front of that, and I can access it through the door on the side, and put straw and all that down, make them some nice bedding, and I can keep them there for a day or two while we finish up the fence, because I think we'll only be about a day out or 2 days out of getting the fence done. So that's the game plan. That's my alternative plan if the fence doesn't get to the point of getting done. We're gonna give it heck, and hopefully we can pull it off. I'd like to just get it done and be done with it, but I also don't want to rush it. I want the fence to be nice. I've spent a lot of money on materials and stuff to do it properly and to do a bigger space, and I don't want to rush it and kind of not make it the way that it's supposed to be made just to try to get it done in time. So that's the game plan. Sorry, just looking around, seeing what kind of other damage we got going on here. Ah, man, we ain't had a wind event like this in a minute. Flip y'all around, let y'all ride with me here. I have a funny feeling we're gonna see more stuff down with all the wind that we have. Hopefully nothing's blocking the road. Can't wait until it dries out so I can fix this road. It's mighty bumpy now. Had to pause y'all for a minute, put my seatbelt on so I don't have to listen to that annoying beeping. Looks like a couple widowmakers fell down there. I'm all about the widowmakers falling. Less dangerous stuff I gotta do. Looks like another tree fell over there. That one was already down, but it looks like the smaller one fell with it. Creek is looking amazing. It didn't rain all day. It just rained heavy in spurts, really. So I think the creek's gonna be fine to cross. Oh yeah, I see another widowmaker on the side here that done fell. So many dead pine trees out here. Yeah, you can see that this one fell right there and broke across. Looks like Mike already moved the remnants out of there, but you can see where it snapped off right there. Looks like the top broke out of that pine tree. Well, the heavy wind is definitely removing some of the widow. That's a plus. You know me, I try to find the positive out of everything. Curious of how high the creek is though. I don't think it's going to be too bad because the road don't have a ton more water on it than it did have. Been doing a lot of thinking about the road here lately too. Kind of what I want to do with it. I'm thinking about renting a mini X at some point and just digging a ditch all the way to the road, to the gate up there. That's going to be the first step. If I don't do that, there's no point in bringing in rock because it's just going to wash out. There's the creek looking all majestic. So far, not too bad. I got very fortunate with that one tree falling the direction that it did. And that also tells me that I need to get those other pine trees pushed down, just because if they can uproot like that, that don't happen in Florida with pine trees. But because of all the rock, the roots spread out sideways instead of that taproot going straight down. And pine trees can just blow over roots like that. Then, yeah, I might want to get the rest of those pushed down sooner than later. Oh yeah, the creek ain't bad at all. Looks beautiful actually. Just high enough to give my tires a little wash. Let's see if we got anything else up here. Trust me guys, if I was outside right now, you wouldn't even be able to hear me because of all the heavy winds. There ain't a microphone on the planet that can break up as hard as the wind is blowing right now. It's basically blowing a consistent about 26 miles per hour with some decent gusts. See the top of the trees just swaying with no leaves or anything on it. It's just bare trees just blowing in the wind. I'm probably gonna head out there to come on HQ and check on it as well, especially with that tarp on the roof out there. These heavy winds, hopefully it didn't rip it off, because that would be no bueno. No bueno. Got my old alum hat on today because it is about 42 degrees today, so it's cooled down a little bit as well. The storm brought in a little bit of colder weather. We've been in the 70s this past week, and now it's dropped down a little bit again, but 40 something ain't too bad. But when you add the wind blowing at 26 miles per hour on top of it, it's a little frosty, a little frosty. Yes, beautiful. I'll give y'all a couple. We end this right down the road. See what old Mount Magazine's looking like this morning. Also got a video coming out today on Come On Homesteading. A good one. I almost got hurt in this video. So definitely go check that out. It'll probably be coming out at 2 o'clock Central Time. And also, I'm going live tonight, guys, at 6 o'clock Central Time. I'm going to go live the same time that 3 Mississippi normally goes live. Auntie Ann reached out to me and told me that they're not going live. And being that I missed the live on Monday and switched with Drifting Dreamers, I'm going to go live tonight at 6 o'clock on Come On Homesteading. So you get this video today on Come On Keeping It Real. You get an actual edited video on Come On Homesteading and a live today. So it's going to be a busy one today, guys. And looking forward to it. I hate missing lives, but sometimes schedules just don't work out. There's your Mount Magazine this morning. Beautiful. And behind Come On Mountain, I'm very fortunate to live in such a beautiful place and to have little mountains on both sides of my property and stuff where I get to enjoy the views of that, plus the creek and all of that. It's pretty cool, I'm blessed to say the least. Well, guys, I think that's going to be about it today. Today is hump day, guys, so make sure that you go after your goals today. Take another step closer to your goals. Do something nice for somebody, but keep it real. Come on.